Hello, folks, and welcome to the 4:30 block for the Ready, Set, Go conference. I have joining me this afternoon Mr. Marcus Morris, all the way from Dunham High School in South Carolina, Dorman High School in South Carolina, and he's going to have quite a word for us today on how we can stay healthy and keep things going as music educators. Marcus Morris, it's good to see you, my friend. Go ahead and take it away.
Dr. Irvin, it is great to see you. Everyone, I bring you greetings from the upstate of South Carolina, where here we are at 5:30 in the evening, and about a week away from students returning. Our teachers are going to return on Monday, and so we're all ready to go and get things rolling for this school year. And today, I really am just so honored to be here. So whether you're tuning in live or whether you're looking at this at a later date, hopefully my session today is going to help pour into you and give you some strategies to help you to avoid potentially burning out after a stressful year last year. You may be in the middle stages of your career, later stages of your career, or even just beginning. I want to do something to help you and bring something to the forefront to help you elongate your career, take care of yourself, and make sure that you're reaching out and taking care of others. So we're going to get started here, guys. And again, my presentation here is entitled "The Road to Recovery: Avoiding Music Educator Burnout," and a little bit about my topic. So I am completing my doctoral studies at Converse University here in South Carolina, and I am studying the effects of music educator burnout, and how that affects your teaching. How does that affect your well-being? And so over the course of my studies, I've been able to do a lot of research and a lot of active research to find out how directors in my state are experiencing it. And honestly, it's all over the spectrum, whether they are older, whether they're younger, whether they are starting out in their careers, middle of their careers, later stages. It's been a great time for me to compile all this research, and I'm looking forward to pushing forward in this last month and really getting everything out of it that I can. So today, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about what is burnout. Okay, we're going to define it. We're going to talk about stress, and then we're going to kind of get into what can you do. Okay, so right now, burnout. Well, there's 5 stages of burnout. Okay, so you've got subtle dissatisfaction, where you are just, kind of just upsets you. All right, then you've got the next level, subconscious disregard, where you start trying to ignore things. You ignore things that are stressing you because you may be pushing forward. You may be pushing forward to the next performance, or you got another class coming in, or you've got paperwork due, or you've got family obligations you've got to take care of. The next stage, conscious numbing. Conscious numbing, where you've got to start, you're ignoring things, you've kind of disregarded things, and then all of a sudden you're just numb to it. Okay, we're going to get down into this next stage where it's really dangerous. You get close to the fire. Okay, you're in it now. Anxious exhaustion, where you're just so tired of it. You're tired of being tired. You're over it. You've let it get to a point where it really has just eaten you, and then you get to full blown trauma, where you're just so burnt out and it is affecting you health wise, mentality wise, personality wise. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we really, really, really want to avoid getting to. We want to avoid getting to that 5th stage. Okay, and I'm here to help you out. So let's talk about it. Okay, so burnout, what is it? All right, well, if we're going to define it officially, it's a syndrome. And this is a medical term, guys. It's a syndrome resulting from chronic work-related stress. Okay, and some of the symptoms that you see there: energy depletion, exhaustion, mental distance from your job. You just start getting really frustrated with some things. Okay, being negative, being a cynic, all those things, guys. And so what I'd like to do, what I want to do today is we're going to identify these things. We're going to find out what exactly happens, and then we're going to continue to help build each other up and move forward and elongate our careers. So there we go. We're talking stress. What is it? All right. Well, there it is. It's a state of emotional strain there. Okay. And it's one of those things that come from demanding circumstances. And we'll talk a little bit. There's a couple of different types of stress. Okay. Stressors. Okay. These are the specific internal, external things that you experience. Okay. Whether it be something internal mentally that you're thinking or you're processing, or external. It could be time limits. It could be time constraints. It could be extra paperwork. It could be anything that affects you from the outside. And then you've got occupational stress here, which is stressors that come from your job, your work environment, whether it be how your office looks, and all of us, admittedly so, as music educators, sometimes our office is a little junky. You may have some paperwork here and there. And so really, really important for us to just continue to understand what stress is, where it comes from, okay? And as I alluded to earlier, you've got healthy stress and you've got unhealthy stress, okay? And so healthy stress, there's good stress, guys. There's things that excite you, things that light a fire inside of you, okay? Give you those quickened impulses, the things that you don't feel a threat from, whatever you get excited about. Think about that right now. What do you get excited about? Put it in the chat. Give me some examples of some healthy stress that you experience, okay? Because again, while stress does have largely negative connotation, there are good sources of stress, okay? Again, like roller coaster rides. You take your kids to the park and things like that. You got roller coaster rides and fun activities, competition, or for a promotion within your job, maybe even within your state or what have you. First dates, okay? You're going on your first date. You're hoping that other person likes you. You're hoping that you're going to say the right things. That's good stress. Achieving goals, all good stress, okay? Unhealthy stress. So these are some feelings. These are the things that don't necessarily really help you out at all, okay? We're talking unhealthy things like just feeling of dread. You've got your quickened surging of your hormones because it's in a response to something that you maybe feel danger from, okay? And of course, there's two types of those. You've got the acute, they're really short blurts of stress here and there. And then you've got the chronic stress. That's the danger zone, which is repeated stress, things that repeatedly stress you, that you allow to continue to build up and that kind of take you to those stages of stress closer to that fire, okay? Those stages of burnout closer to the fire, okay? Physical pain, worry, okay? Stressing, worrying. We do a lot of that. I know some of you are anxious as we're about to start back into the school year, or maybe you're looking at this later on and you've started the school year and you're worried, okay? And then negative nerves, things like that. Those are things that are unhealthy, okay? And so we're going to continue to deal with this and help you mitigate the effects of stress so that you can become a better music educator for your students. All right, so what leads to burnout here? So there's 10 things that I have discovered from my studies, from research and reading. There are 10 primary things that lead to burnout. And these are in no order right now. These are in no specific order. We're talking time. Coming in early, of course. We're usually one of the first to the school. We're definitely usually one of the last ones to leave, depending on what you've got going on. Your workload, of course, paperwork, grading. If you've got larger classes or if you have a lot of classes, you've got to grade, you've got to do attendance online and all these things. Student behavior, apathy. Okay, students coming back and they're just like, oh, I don't want to work, or they're dealing with other things. Whatever grade level you're dealing with, you've got kids and hormones that are dealing with everything. And so student behavior, salary. Okay, we do this for the love, but love doesn't pay the rent all the time. So you got to make sure that you're taking care of you. If you have a family, you want to make sure you're getting paid what you're earning, what you're worth, what you're earning. You'll never get paid what you're worth, but you at least get paid what you're earning so that you can take care of your family, take care of your responsibilities. Added accountability, state testing. We call these the ABCs of education, whether it be your national testing, state testing, SLO, LRPs, the ABCs, all those things that you got to take care of as an educator, that your regional and state level and even the national level ask of you. Then you've got parental behavior, you've got funding, money for your program, whether it be good, whether it be a lot of money or whether it be a little bit of money. Funding for your program is a stressor. Okay, those things, these are all stressors that lead to burnout. Administration support. Sometimes you may have good administrative support, which comes with some other types of stressors. You may have a lot of support, but then with that comes a lot of asks on the other end. You may have a lack of administrative support where you have to constantly fight to tell your administration, explain to them the value of your program, the importance of it, the importance of scheduling for your program. Another stressor, time away from family. That's tough, especially if you have performing groups that rehearse often after school, maybe take trips during the year, maybe have continuous demands on your schedule. They have the more performances they have, which are great, but it does take time away from your family. And then you've got the extra duties within the school, whether it be car line duty, lunch duty, and those may be small stressors for you. However, they are stressors for you. Okay, those added things you've got. So let's continue looking, guys. So here's a quote I kind of want to point out here. Due to stressors involved with the job, music teachers leave the field within the first 10 years of their careers. I want you to think about that for a second, okay? And this is right out of Matson and Hancock's book. Due to stressors involved with the job, music teachers, we leave the field within the first 10 years. And I want you to pause and think about it for a second. Is there a teacher that you may have known that started out their career and within 10 years, they were into something else, okay? Think about that for a second. And if you don't know someone, that's good. However, I know several that started out as teachers and now they're doing something else because of stressors and not being able to deal with those stressors of the job. And here, guys, look, stress can make you lose a piece of yourself each time you fail to respond effectively to it. It's like all these little pieces just chipping away. And again, it may be those acute stressors, okay? Just chipping away a little bit here and there. But over time, you just keep losing a piece of yourself if you fail to respond to it, effectively respond to it, okay? And that's what we're here to do today. That's what I'm here to help teach you and empower you to do, is be able to respond effectively to your stressors. So stress is inevitable, all right? It is. So what do you do? Okay. We've talked about the stress, you've got all kinds of stresses. What do you do? One of my favorite speakers of all time, Dr. Eric Thomas, says, don't try, do. It's that simple. Don't try, do. So what do you do? Well, first of all, is recognize stressors. We talked about the 10 stressors that, affect us as music teachers. We've got those. Schedule me time and do anything but work. Okay. Again, you got to schedule it and then you got to do it. Schedule some time, whether it be taking a scenic drive, watching your favorite TV show, going to your favorite store, whatever it is. My wife likes to say she'll do a little bit of retail therapy, and that's fine. Okay. Whatever it is, you schedule it and then do it, but don't do any work. Don't try not to think about work. Try not to respond to emails. Cut your emails off for a day or two. How many of you have ever done that? Put that in the chat. How many of you have ever shut off your emails for a day or two, or even a week? Who's done that before? I'd love to hear that. Okay, so we're talking some other things. What can you do? Well, you want to streamline processes in your program. Well, whether it be a more efficient way to take attendance, whether it be a more efficient way to grade, whether you're talking about those little snapshot grades or you're talking about longer grades, how do you streamline the process? Whether it be letters that you send out, reminders, is there a way for you to combine your reminders you may send electronically? You may use several different apps. There are apps out there that can combine one message you take, and it shoots it out to all your different apps or social media platforms. Some of those things can help you streamline your processes. Travel and unplug. Okay, go somewhere, do something. Okay, the great state of Louisiana is a beautiful state, much rich in culture throughout each different part of the state. Okay, and then you've got Texas there. Of course, you come east, you've got the Carolinas, you've got Georgia, Florida, you've got these beautiful beaches here. Go somewhere, travel and do something. Okay, and then do a little bit of exercise. Okay, yeah, I'm not the poster child for being so physically fit, but I do walk a lot. I try to walk not only for my health, but also just to help de-stress. So park further away. We call that heart healthy parking. Okay, park a little further away when you're at the school, or when you're going to the store. Going to go grocery shopping. Park a little further away. The last one is eat to live, don't live to eat. You could use fruit or peanuts, whatever, travel mix, granola, whatever it is, little things, popcorn, little things to just deal with. Maybe if those of you who stress eat like me, okay, I know I'm stepping on some toes, but I'm stepping on my own. But popcorn, use some things that are a little bit healthier so that you could deal with the stress that you are experiencing. So here we go. So here's the thing, man. Love it when a plan comes together. And if you are like me and you're old enough to know who that guy is in the picture, I am so proud and so thankful. My students don't know who that is, and that's a shame. But here we go. What can you do? So you can make a plan and give yourself grace. Okay. So make a plan, set it out, and say, this is how I'm going to take care of myself. Here's when I'm going to try to travel. Here's when I'm going to do a little bit of unplugging. Here's what I'm going to do this and do that. Give yourself some grace if it doesn't happen. Okay. If it doesn't happen, give yourself some grace. Okay. All right. Next thing is network, like you're doing now. You're viewing some sessions. You're talking to your colleagues. You may be going to a professional development conference, whatever it is. Network within your county, within your school, within your county, within your region, of course, within your great state of Louisiana. Network. Ask colleagues, what do they do to get it done? Okay. And you may share something that they may not do, and they may share something with you that you may not have thought of. And if you do that kind of bucket filling with each other, you both can fill each other up and help to elongate your career, help to become a better music teacher, a more effective music teacher. The last one down here, set times for tasks and plan your day. Every day is possible. I know a lot of you, we talk about schedules for performances and things for your ensembles and for your students. And of course, you've got your schedule for your school. The great thing is you've got to also schedule and set times for your tasks. Say, I'm going to give this task 15 minutes and I'm going to write or plan or whatever it is. And then when that time's up, I've got to keep moving on and then try to continue to just move throughout your day and set those attainable goals. Meeting those attainable goals helps to give you that good kind of stress. That, setting and achieving goals gives you a good sense of adrenaline rush, and it helps to counteract some of the negative stress that you may experience. Okay. And so here it is. Yeah, I get it. I know. You may be thinking, man, Marcus, that's way easier said than done. I got multiple ensembles at multiple levels. I got this I've got to do at my school. I've got that I've got to do. It is easier said than done. Nothing is perfect. No one is perfect. However, every band director, music teacher, chorus teacher, orchestra, general music, everyone sacrifices something. We all do to get the job done. But you don't have to sacrifice yourself in order to have a good program. I'm going to pause because I want you to read that again. And if you're on live with us, put it in the chat. You don't have to sacrifice yourself in order to have a good program. You don't. You don't at all. If you do the things right to set your program up for success, if you love your kids, okay, you treat them right, you respect them, and of course, build in those processes within your program to be successful, it's going to be fine. What they need is a healthy leader. They need a healthy leader, a happy leader, someone who's going to be able to counteract those stressors and be able to be a lot better engaging for the long haul. They need you for the long haul. Okay. So again, you don't have to sacrifice yourself in order to have a good program. You absolutely don't. And at the very least, decompress daily. Take some time to decompress from your work day. Relax. Put it in the chat, guys. Relax. I need that in there 3 times. Relax. Somebody's got to hear this and somebody's got to read this. Relax. Okay. Now do something relaxing, even if it's only for 5 minutes. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. 5 minutes of decompression will go a long way for you. I often call it a reset. Okay. Sometimes I need a reset. And there are some apps that you can use, free apps. Okay. The Calm app. All right. And then you also have the Headspace app. Okay. Both of those are tremendous free resources for you. So we've got the Calm app and the Headspace app. Both of those are great resources to be able to give you a little bit of added motivation, a little bit of resetting, recentering. They come with music. They come with natural nature sounds, whether it sounds from flowing water, sounds from just nature, and 5 minutes of just resetting yourself, recentering yourself. Okay, whether you do prayer, meditation, whatever you do, if you set aside 5 minutes, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be every day, but try to set a routine where you get yourself 5 minutes here and there. And maybe on those stressful days, maybe it's 6 or 7 minutes. But if you use those free apps or use something, again, whether it be prayer, meditation, anything, use that to decompress from your day, reset yourself. Oftentimes, when I'm heading home from work, especially in the evening, we're just completing our second week of band camp, and so what I do is I'll put my windows down a little bit, put the sunroof back, and just let the natural air hit me and just relax on the way home. Oftentimes, I don't listen to music on the way home. I just kind of relax and de-stress. Okay, and so those are things that I do. All right. Do me a favor. What if some of you decompress, or maybe you have something to help recenter or reset yourself? Put that in the chat. Tell me some things that you do to put, yes, Robert, sit and breathe. Absolutely. It's tough. Brett talks about going to the state park cabin. Oh man, Brett, that is wonderful. We have gorgeous mountains right here in the upstate of South Carolina, right there in North Carolina as well. And we've got some gorgeous cabin retreats, and those are amazing places to be able to go. Amazing place to be able to go. So yeah, absolutely. Relax. Tell me what you guys do. What do you do to decompress? Okay. Yeah, sit and breathe. Just stop and just decompress. That's important. That is important, guys. Okay. We're gonna move on. And here's the last thing. And here's one of the things I really want to draw some attention to. I was, listening to a presentation by Dr. Rodney Dorsey, and he talked about stress changes the way that you teach. It does. The more you get affected by stress, the more that it affects negatively the way that you teach. And for me, I want you to be able to understand that you've got to be able to reach out to someone. It doesn't matter whether it's on a professional level, okay, whether you're seeking therapy from a doctor, or whether you're just talking to your friends, your close network of trusted colleagues. And it's okay to it's okay to admit, you know what, I'm not necessarily okay. I'm dealing with this stress. I've got things at home, and I want to talk about it. Here's a point that I wanted to bring up, and it's really important that you understand this. You've got to, as a leader, as an educator, you pour so much from your bucket. You pour into others, and this stress can wear away. Like an old tin bucket. Starting to rust. Here and there, starting to chip away a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're getting holes in it. And so you got to solidify that bucket in order to continue to pour into others. Well, seeking therapy, or just talking it out with your colleagues, that's a good way to solidify, to repair that bucket, so you can continue to be poured into, but also continue to pour into others. Okay, so getting a support system. Nobody can do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. The great folks at Consumer are wonderful about talking about network. We as a Consumer family, Louisiana music educators, we are a family. We are a network. No one does it alone. Okay, there's no educator in Louisiana that is forced to do it alone. You guys have each other, and so that's one thing you got to realize. Utilize that support system. Rely on the system when you need it, and even when you don't. Okay, it's okay. Words of encouragement. One of the things that I try to do on my personal social media is I try to put out words of encouragement each day, because whether I need it or someone else needs it, I want to make sure I'm pouring into society, because someone may scroll past my page, or someone may share from my page to theirs, and it'll be a word of encouragement that somebody needed. And for me, that's one of my personal missions, and I love to do it because those words of encouragement can go a long way. And the next thing is, last thing on here, we all need someone to vent to, talk to, let it out. Whether it's personal or professional, engage with someone, talk to someone. Okay. If you don't have anybody else in your building you could talk to, reach out to the next music teacher in the next school, okay, or in the next region, or here with social media, you've got plenty of music educators who want to help. So reach out. If you don't have anybody else, you can reach out to me. I will definitely make time, especially for someone who just says, "Hey, I just need to chat for a minute." And oftentimes I'll reach out to my close network of friends and just say, "Hey, I'm just doing a check-in. Want to see how you're doing. I was thinking about you. I want to know if you're okay. If you need to talk, give me a call or let's just text, whatever it is." So don't forget to laugh a little, as well, to release those emotions. All right. And again, as much as I use the motivational stuff, I also use some funny little memes and things like that. I know, here in the great state of Louisiana, we used to know this guy on the right, and you still know him. But it's you can laugh a little, and maybe you can sneer and throw a little joke at good old Nick Saban. But again, it's all in jest, it's all in fun. But don't forget to laugh a little. If you got to cry a little here or there, like Jordan there in the middle, do whatever you got to do. Whatever the gamut of emotions are, do it. Release those emotions, okay? And this last thing, and we're going to see if this is if I'm going to be able to play this. If not, I'm going to put it in the chat. But it's the important thing here is just to make time to pause and remember your why. And I may just share this link so that you can look at it later. But the important thing from this video, from a music educator out of North Carolina by the name of E. Daryl Duff, he was with in the audience with this comedian, Michael Jr. And the gist of it was, you got to make time to pause and remember your why, because when you know your why, your what is more effective. So when you know why you're doing this, why you're showing up to work every day, why you work so hard, if you remember that why, then your what becomes more impactful. And I'm going to take it a step further. I spoke to a cohort of starting or fresh new doctoral students, and just 2 days ago, and I talked to them about remembering your why, but then I said, let's take it a step further and remember your who. Who are you doing this for? Who's that person in your life that or those people? For me, it's my wife and children. I have pictures of them in my phone and my wallet, on my desk at school, because I want to remember my who. Who am I doing it for? Those are really, really important. And so I'm going to share this video I'm going to put it in the text or in the chat here a little bit, and just share with you guys so that you can go look at this video. It's a really impactful video that I think that will really hammer this point home. Okay. There's some words of encouragement, because again, these can go a long way for you. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make you happy. Find your joy. Okay. Whatever your joy is, as a teacher, as a music educator, find it and do it. Whatever it is, to help offset the effects of stress, to help dealing with avoiding burnout, getting back on the road to recovery. Someone right now is out there thanking you for the difference you made. You don't even know about it. So don't give up. As going into this school year, okay, and from the year we just came out of, whether you are a pre-service educator, if you're getting ready to start your first year of teaching, whether you're getting ready to start your last year of teaching, and you might be going into retirement soon, whether you're in the thick of it, we're right there in the trenches together, still hammering through teaching. Don't give up. Don't give up. Put that in the chat. Somebody, because again, I want someone to read that later, please. Someone right now is out there thanking you, being thankful for you for the difference you made, and you don't even know about it. You don't even know about it. So I'm hopeful that what we can do is continue to offset these effects of stress, deal with those stressors, so that you can be there for those children, for those people. It could be colleagues. I'm thankful. My colleagues here in the chat. I'm so thankful for them. Cameron Jenkins, Marcus, Jack, Will. I appreciate these guys, because sometimes even my friend Mickey Smith Jr., we check in on each other. We say, hey, don't give up. We want to check on you. We want to support you. Okay, there's someone, Trevor, yeah, man, there's someone out there right now thankful for you. So do not give up. Reach out, network, seek therapy, recognize those stressors, deal with them, find ways to mitigate them and decompress daily. But whatever you do, don't give up. Don't give up. So let's talk. If you've got questions, comments, if you'd like to share, put it in the chat. I want to make sure that that I engage you. If you've got a question about something that I said today, or if you just want to say, "Hey, thank you, I appreciate this. I look forward to doing something." Yeah, keep on going. That's right. A quote from Mickey Smith Jr. Keep on going. Oh, I love it. Don't give up. Because at the end of the day, somebody needs you. Somebody wants you to be there for them, to show up for them in that classroom, and they need you at your best. So we got to solidify that bucket. We got to repair it. We got to make sure that we're dealing with these stressors. We're taking away a lot of the negative stress and trying to increase some of that healthy stress we experience, and then just reach out to each other as a network, empower each other, love each other, and make sure that we are there for each other. So again, I want to make sure that you guys understand the importance of being able to deal with it, and as well as just figure out a way to engage with one another. At the end of the day, do not forget, at the end of the day, do not forget that if no one else has told you today, I'm going to tell you, I care about you. I thank you for being you. I thank you for showing up and being a great educator. I am in your corner. I am in your corner. If you want to talk about dealing with stress, I've got ways to connect with me that you can connect with me via social media. However, I'm here to talk to you. I'm here to help you. I'm thankful for you. I am very thankful to our great educators. Thank you, Leah. Leah says, this is something I really needed. It's hard for you to put yourself first when school's going on. Oh, yeah. Leah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It is hard to put yourself first. And you know what? As good educators, that's what we have ingrained in us, is that we got to put the kids first. And I get it. I get it. But you gotta be able to put yourself on the plane. Okay. All right. Even if you don't want to say, I'm going to put myself first, you got to put yourself in a plan for every day. You're planning to eat, hopefully. And I remember a couple of you marked or shared in the chat that sometimes you forget to eat. Okay. Plan to eat. Okay. Plan to decompress. You're going to put your kids on the plane. You're planning to take attendance. You're going to plan to be at work and all those things. So if you don't want to put yourself first, just put yourself on the plane. Put that in the chat as well. Put yourself on the plane. If you could do that, if you could just every day put yourself on that plane, you're going to be all right. Again, guys, I want to thank you. Here are some ways to connect with me. My website, marcusmorrismusic.com. Facebook, same name, Marcus Morris. There's Twitter and Instagram. Connect with me. However, I would love to help you out. I'd love to be there for you and just continue to network and expand and really take care of my colleagues, whether I know you or not. You know, after 10 minutes, spending 10 minutes with me, we're going to come away knowing each other and feeling like, hey, we've known each other all our lives. So I look forward to connect with you, whether it be virtually, whether it be in person someday. I'd love to be able to connect with you. So again, thank you, Scotty. I appreciate you. Jack, thank you so much. I do care about you as well, my brother. I'm glad, Dr. Jack Eady, that you are getting better. Sharon, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cameron, all of you guys, Robert, Trevor, all of you, everyone that's commented today, I really appreciate you. Please, again, connect with me. Let's connect. Let's help to get back on the road to recovery so that we can avoid music educator burnout. Until next time, everyone, I want to thank you for joining me. Again, I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you so much.